All right, what you're about to watch is an interview with my own brother. He is a high ticket sales closer. He's been doing sales for about 5 years now. He started door to door, then he started in person closing, and then he started online closing. And he's had a really amazing career, but then he maxed out his online sales career at around 30, 40K a month. He felt like he wanted to have a bigger impact. He felt like he wanted to determine his own hours and have his own product and service so he can have a bigger impact in the world. And that's exactly when I stepped in and really officially started helping him. We would call every once in a while. We're brothers. He's living in Thailand right now. So this was all virtual as well. He just had my WhatsApp number. I gave him some resources, gave him some guidance. And in 4 months, he generated $27,000 in revenue for his brand new business. And now he is becoming a full-time creator. He's absolutely stoked about it. So I wanted to interview him to see what that process looks like. It's super insightful. I hope you enjoy. He did this all with 500 followers on his Instagram account. So it really proves that if you have the right plan and business model, you can become a full-time creator and get paid to grow your audience quite easily. So yeah, that's exactly what you're about to watch. Congratulations to my brother. It got pretty emotional, pretty deep. And I appreciate him for sharing all of that insight there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy and get some good insight. Catch you there. Cameron, how are you? I'm super excited for today. I want to highlight exactly what we've been working on over the past 3 months now. You've had a lot of success and transitioned your business through my program, Catalyst. We're going to get into our relationship and what the past few months have looked like. So yeah, welcome to the video.
Yeah, bumpy roads. And really, the reason why I agreed to this is, Ethan, I just hope that your audience or someone I can inspire. Because even now, like, I still suck at making content every day. I only have 500 followers on Instagram and I'm getting results. So, yeah, hopefully from this video, you guys can see it's been a bumpy road along the way. I'm not perfect. I'm just an average guy. I'm literally a sales guy. And now I have more of a fulfilling career ahead of me. So, yeah, it's going good. And, the day to day has just been a lot of fun, honestly, posting content and learning.
Awesome. Cool. So let's get into it. Like we started working together, like we were talking before, and May 1st, you joined Catalyst. You're living in Thailand right now. I've been traveling around in Bali, and now I'm back in Toronto, which is our hometown. So we've done everything online just via WhatsApp and Zoom, kind of like my other clients. So tell me, like, how was the feeling before you joined Catalyst and when we started working together in May? What was your situation like?
Yeah, so like overall macro sense, like the goal has always been to make money online. But like I always, everyone has this vision. It's like the goal to make money online. I have it written on my whiteboard over here. And like the macro goal is like, okay, work 2 to 4 hours a day, make 10K plus per month. Like that's the goal. So I went to closing and I started doing closing. I was successful. But really before I joined Catalyst, like I always knew I wanted to do content. So like if you go way back in my Instagram and some of my accounts, I've been posting content since 2022. Never went viral, always demotivated. I was stuck in, people say 200 view jail. I was stuck in 50 view jail. Like just would never get any results. But yeah, content's kind of always been in the back of my mind. So when I saw my brother go viral and hit 200K and, start coaching other people, seeing other people in Catalyst get results, I just didn't think it would work for me. So that's kind of where my head was when I started. I'm just like, okay, great. Like I've already tried this whole content thing. What's going to change?
Yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. I know we you were focused on content for a while over the past few years, and it's kind of been a loose inspiration for me to kind of inspire you to start making content as well and grow your personal brand. And now that I'm in a position where I can really help others and I've designed a program, it's been a lot more seamless, which is really cool for me to see. And so, what was your job and situation like before? Like, how were you earning money before May? And also, is this what you do full time now?
Yeah, so I mean, once again, kind of taking a massive step back to go back to the story. Like I've been a closer for over 2 years now. So high ticket sales, online closing, bumpy journey. In macro sense, you can say I've been closing online high ticket for over 4 years. But like earning real good money, like 25K months, it's been over 2 years. And basically, yeah, like I've always been kind of set with money. Like my biggest month was actually 43K in January. Like it's always been really consistent. I've always been a closer, but as I said before, I've been working like a dog. Like working 10, 12-hour days, it's great. And it got to the point where closing became not a challenge anymore. And that's kind of why, I was looking at the catalyst. That's why starting May, I was like, okay, something needs to change. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's been a bumpy road, but always been closing. And I got really good at sales and just closing online.
Awesome. So yeah, you were mentioning you were averaging, 25K. You had a 43K month in January. What was a typical day to day look like just at the beginning of this year before we started working together? What's a day in the life look like and how did that all look like for you?
Yeah, a day as closing or a day like now just making content?
Before when we started working together. So like a day as a closer and in your previous job.
Yeah, so like take this in mind. When I was 16 years old, my whole entire goal was to make 10K a month, travel the world, and work online. And I always thought that like closing and high ticket sales would do that. It did do that for me. I was able to travel. But being in Thailand, absolutely brutal. Like I went full depressed. I'm gonna say it right now. Full depression mode, where basically, and the reason why is because of the time zone. So like the day in the life, I'd wake up at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in the afternoon in Thailand. I'd start closing at like 7 p.m. and I'd close all the way till 5 a.m. in the morning. Oftentimes, I'd be so stressed because of closing and taking calls all day and working so much. I'd probably end up going to bed at like 10 a.m. because the sun come up, and then I have to wake up at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. again. So yeah, like it was a hectic, busy day. Not much fulfillment. It's just rinse and repeat, closing and closing, which for anyone that wants to make money online, great. Like even with Catalyst, like you are eventually gonna have to learn how to do sales. Like it's great. It's a great skill to learn. But I think anything, like if you want that like whole freedom online, you need to be able to leverage your skill. Yes, you need to learn a skill, but you need to leverage your skill. That was the part I always missed. I could never leverage my time and who I am as a person. I had to actively be there. So like the whole point of like getting started with you, Ethan, and like doing this whole thing on social media is like, okay, what's a way where I can actually leverage my skill and what I built and who I am as a person so I can work on the value part and not necessarily in the business all the time. And like I've tried everything. Like to really go back in my story, man, I've tried drop shipping, Amazon, FBA, SMA, and sorry guys if my voice is crackling. Like I'm literally sick right now, but I had to do this call. Like this is important. I've literally tried almost every business model you can think of, day trading, prop farming for futures. I paid over $30,000 on coaching and mentorships and different ways to make money. Like I wish I just would have found Catalyst from the beginning. It's like, yes, social media is not a get rich quick. Being a personal brand, I know Ethan doesn't say that. It's not some sort of gimmick, get rich quick kind of thing. But it's like, what's the most valuable skill you're going to have in the next 10 years? Personal brand. Why? Because like money, what people spend back in the day, they spend billions of dollars in advertising. Well, who owns the eyeballs nowadays? It's influencers and people with personal brands. So it's just crazy. Like if you just have a brand with an audience, you can monetize any skill. And it's just like realizing that, okay, that's my way to business. I know I want to do business. That's why I got into sales and closing. But then it didn't actually bring me fulfillment. So sorry for rambling there, but just to answer your question, yeah, it's like it was brutal. Man, it's like that's kind of what drove me to even start, with the content. Because it's like I saw the vision. It's like, okay, I can actually leverage my skill and my story.
Yeah, I love that. Well said. Thank you for that as well. And technically, Catalyst wasn't invented yet. I haven't made Catalyst. I rebranded fully at the beginning of this year. So it's been cool to see. You're one of the first case studies that are really meaningful, and hopefully we can keep everything going. It's going to be really exciting over the next few years. And I know I visited you in Phuket in Thailand.
Yeah,
In November of last year, in November 2024 now. And it was tough. So I was sleeping, at your house in the guest room, and you would basically be up all night. And I was on a normal sleep schedule because I was
I remember
creating
this.
content. I prefer to wake up with the sun. And you were basically staying up all night. You were starting work when I was going to bed.
Yeah,
And,
we
and
didn't even
honestly,
hang out. My brother flew
yeah.
across the world to see me, and like we barely hung out because I was just up closing all night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we had
was
that one
literally,
photo at the beach. We took a
yeah,
few a day or two together. Um, and honestly, like to get a little more personal, like during those WhatsApp calls, it was a little tough to see you struggling with your schedule because it's almost against biology of you
yeah.
know not being able to rise with the sun, and that had its own problems. So it's cool to see you like overcome that and kind of see that from the other side now.
Yeah,
So I
and,
guess,
and just to kind of add in there, I don't mean to cut you off, but like one of my best friends in Bangkok, he's a trader, so he's a future trader. So the problem with a lot of these business models online is that they all operate on Eastern time zone. That's something I love about being a content creator. Is like most of it's deep work. Most of it's
yeah,
building out, literature, sending emails, doing copyright, making content on your own time. So it's like a lot of these business models, they operate on Eastern time zone. Sorry to cut you off, but
yeah,
yeah, totally agree with you. It's brutal. Like
yeah,
working online is great, but you need to have the time freedom with like when you're allowed to actually work. Like that's the part I
yeah,
missed. That's the moral of the story there for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's ironic because I'd never thought I would care for, the time freedom and location freedom. But now that I've started this business, it's been quite cool. And it's like a freedom that you never realized you knew you wanted. But so I guess
Yeah.
like the main reason to sum everything up of like why you would quit a job that was paying you really well, what made you want to commit? What was that, line in the sand that you wanted to start with me in May?
Okay, let me gather my thoughts here. Starting in May, because May is when I actually around May 1st is when I fully committed. I was in Dubai at the time, and I recently just left my last closing opportunity. And really, it's so some recruiter. So here's the actual story. I remember now. So some recruiter basically reached out to me. Basically a friend of a friend who knew that I was hitting crazy 40K months in sales. They reached out to me and say, "Hey, can you do like a guest speaking for like my closing academy?" So it was literally an influencer, a content creator that has a following on Instagram. And he's like, "Hey, can you come speak for free because you're a killer closer?" Barely knew the guy. I'm like, "Okay, sure, let me do a free speech." I did my free speech. Everyone loved it. I blew it out of the park. And I was just being me. I was just being a real guy. People messaged me after. And keep in mind, just to give you context of the story, part of the reason why I never started making content and why I'd always reach out to Ethan and be like, "Oh, I don't know." And he'd tell me to do things I never really took action. The reason why is I had full-blown imposter syndrome. I like literally all the time I tell Ethan, I'd be like, "Ethan, I don't know if I'm good enough at sales. I see these other guys on Instagram. They're like 4 years older than me. They've done 100K months or like different things." I always just felt like I'm not good enough, or I was like, "I'm a student. I'm not a coach. I can't do it." But anyways, I was just being myself, hopped on this, random call. Apparently, this guy on the group calls, he invites like all the top sales guys in the space on these group calls. So I did a group call. There was over 30 people in the call. Everybody messaged me on my Instagram, like my crappy Instagram that I had before, and they all said, "How can I get your coaching?" That was the best group call I've ever seen. Still to this day, I'm talked about in that group. That changed my entire life. Just to be transparent, that is what changed my life. Because they were saying that other influencers that had hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, my actual speech from my angle was way more powerful, and they learned way more from me than all these other guys they've ever seen come on and do calls with way more following, with way more experience. So really, like that, the reason why I changed my life is I realized, oh my gosh, like as long as I'm a couple steps ahead of somebody, I can help and I can have a brand. You don't need to be the best in the space. Like, because at the end of the day, people buy people. Like the reason why you start a personal brand, I've started realizing this. I don't need to be the best at sales, even though I'm good. People aren't buying from me. I have many, many students now, as we can get into my numbers. People aren't buying from me because I'm the best at sales necessarily. Sure, I can say I'm really good, but people are buying from me because they relate with Cameron. They relate with who I am as a person, and they want to work with me. So it's like whoever you are, you have your own unique story from when you were born on this planet to what city, what state you grew up in, to the vacations, the adversities you've had in life. Because of that, mixed with whatever you're selling, people are going to buy from you over the top in the industry just because it's you as a person. And that was the clicking moment. It's like, wow, that's a personal brand. It's people buying from people, not necessarily buying the best product. And I was like, wow. So that kind of started. I literally, my first week, I fully committed to working with you and doing it. And actually, the first week in Catalyst, you're going to create your offer doc. That first week, when I actually worked with Ethan, this is all through WhatsApp calls and Zoom calls. When I actually created an offer doc, like, okay, here's what to actually offer. I made my first sale my first week, made 2000 US my first week. And
Hmm.
then from there, everything changed. But to answer your question, the motivation came from clicking that, like, wow, I can do this.
I
Like, I
love
don't
that.
have to be some huge influencer with 10,000 followers to make money here.
Well
Yeah.
said. Yeah, well said. A lot of that, and that's some of the biggest hurdles is like one, packaging your value so you don't have that imposter syndrome of like, okay, I can help this specific person achieve this specific dream outcome. with your skills, and everyone's at a different stage of their journey. So of course you can help someone along the way. So yeah, that's a very cool moment. Thank you for sharing that. And you're right. Just in May, when you decided you were dabbling with content for a few years, but everything clicked once we really started working together. And like, I'm like, what's up, Cameron? Like, let's actually get some momentum here. Let's schedule like those weekly calls. I'll give you my templates, my dashboard, all of that. We'll get your offer doc. And then, yeah, within 2 weeks, you got your first sale, which is epic. Um, but let's backtrack again a little bit. Like, what made you want to step away from $40,000 a month? Like, that seems crazy. 'Cause of course, you're not earning $40,000 a month yet from your creator business. I mean, I'm sure you will soon. I'm sure you will one day because there's not really an upper ceiling on your income anymore. But what was that? What was that motivation to make you leave to a creator business?
Oh man, like obviously I'm a high ticket closing coach now, and I'm like teach go follow my Instagram, Cam C Shaw. Like I teach people how to close at the highest level and specifically the info product space. So I don't want to like bash the industry by any means, but I want to get really personal. I want to like tell my honest opinion. I just got to the level where it became not challenging anymore. Like sure, 40K months is great. And if you want me to get really personal, like the money just stopped motivating me. Think about this. I'm living in Thailand, Phuket, which is even cheaper than where I live now in my condo. I'm living in Phuket, Thailand, making doing 40K months in sales. You can't even like try to spend over $5,000 in Phuket. I had the sports bike, I can buy whatever I want. To be honest, I was going to clubs, going to bars, buying any drink I want. Like really, like money just became like Fugazi. Like yes, looking back, it's like okay, you could buy real estate. There's many things you could do. But anyways, the money stopped motivating me, and I just became so unhappy. And I'm like, I'm literally just selling my soul to make this money. Like, yeah, that one specific month, I like pulled off a 2 to 4 hour days and still made a 40K. That's not normal though. That's not normal though. Most months, I was like absolutely grinding 10 hours a day. But just on average, it's just like, I don't know, the money, like to answer your question, it's not even that deep. It's just the money stopped motivating me. What I wanted was just freedom and like fulfillment. I'm a morning person. I wanted to start waking up at 7 a.m. every day. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. To be honest, my health actually started to affect me. To be really dark and honest with you, there was one month actually where I passed out, and that's just not normal for me in Thailand. But there's one month I remember I was just working so much and like I actually passed out, and my friend like woke me up. I went to the hospital. It was like a big deal. And it's like I'm realizing, oh my gosh, like I'm stressing so much in my life. I'm doing so much just to make this money. Like, what's the point? So I don't mean to get that deep, but like that's really like all those reasons is why. It's like the money, my health started to get affected. And it's just like, I don't know, like if you're working a job and you're showing up to work and you're driving every day and you're stressed and you're not happy with your life, like there needs to come a time where you get sick and tired of being freaking sick and tired and just make a change in your life. That's what happened to me. And I'm like, screw the money. Yes, I got to that point. Yes, I've worked really hard to get to those numbers. But then yeah, I just wanted to do something a bit bigger and inspire people. Even if I'm like right now, I'm making way, way less, like a quarter of what I was making back then, if not even less than that. But I'm doing way better. I'm just way more happy just helping people.
Wow.
And now it's also motivating because I know I could scale. Imagine hitting your ceiling. So as you said before, there's no ceiling with it, with content creation and being a personal brand. Before in sales, like relatively there's a ceiling. Like for me to go over 40K a month with high ticket closing, it could take me 5 years to hit over those numbers. So it's like it was also demotivating to kind of know that I was the best, and that was kind of it. It would be very hard
Wow.
to do better than I did. So this is like a whole new challenge, and I feel like yeah, it's like infinite. It's always going to be hard. You always have to, improve.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that you went that hard
Yeah,
working.
yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like there's also that, like, could you share a little bit more about that fulfillment side of things and just the impact you wanted to have in your career and life? Like, was it purely just because you were burnt out you wanted to switch, or was those that fulfillment and other reasons also present there?
I mean, burnt out, but I also, I read a lot of books, and I saw one speech from Gary Vee, or it was some sort of coach online, maybe not Gary Vee, but just like some sort of coach. And he was like, that feeling when someone tells you you've changed my life is worth every single penny. And it's like I've just never really had people tell me that before. And it's just like
Yeah.
I've always known since I was a kid. Like the one thing, it's like I've always wanted to have a voice, a relative influence on people. And then I always want to actually change people's lives. Not in like a holistic, like crazy kind of way, but like in a real tangible way where like, okay, someone can work with me, they can start closing and start traveling the world making money. It's like that's why, or like whatever it is, whatever your coaching business wants to be, like if you can just have people like and you genuinely help people and change their life. Like coaching is just great. I hop on Zoom calls now and like people thank me. And it's just like I don't know, it just feels way more fulfilling. At first I didn't know. Like I didn't know until I tried. But
Hmm.
looking back at it, yeah, like the motivation came from just like unfulfilled in my offer. Health wasn't great, so I had to make the switch. It came from a necessity, and now it's just a desire. Like I literally have offers which I can send you. I've been offered 25, 30K minimum KPI closing roles over the past couple weeks here, and I've declined them all. Think about that. I'm so sold on my business on content creation, making less
Yeah.
money, decline jobs to make the same amount as before. And I get offers like this all the time, and I just say no because this is what I want to do. It's just wait, I'd rather make less money, but actually help people. And I'll tell you, like getting like posting on social media and then getting a couple of videos that get a bunch of views or people message you on Instagram. It blows my mind to this day that I have 500 followers and people will message me on Instagram that I've never met before and be like, "You've inspired me. Keep on making content.
Yeah.
Your content's great." That's genuinely maybe to you, you're like it's not a big deal to you anymore, Mr. 200K, but like at my level, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, epic, dude. Um,
Yeah.
so what's kind of the, to just to riff off of that, like what kind of numbers have you done so far? Let's say since May. At the time of recording this, it's August 1st, so it's our official like 3 months, I believe. May, June, July, August, no, 4 months. So it's the official fourth month of working together. What's that look like for you?
Okay, yeah, I have the stats ready for you for this call. So in total, cash collected $11,412 since May 1st, over $27,000 in revenue,
That's wicked. Is that Canadian or USD?
Canadian.
Canadian. Epic. In USD it's like 70%. Like the exchange rate's like 1.3 or something. So
Yeah, it's
we'll
about
talk in
10,000,
CAD just because it's
20,000.
easier. But dude,
Yeah,
epic. Congratulations. So that's almost $28,000 in revenue in 4 months with a brand new business model. Technically it's 3 months because we still have all of August to go
yeah.
through as well. How is that feeling? Like how did that all happen for you?
Oh man, like I know it's gonna piss some people off. If by the way, if you made it this far in the video, like congratulations, you have massive potential. Like this clearly shows you're serious. Like you need to start making money with this. Like the fact like that you made it this far, I think it's really impressive. So like I commend to you. But this is probably gonna piss some people off. I haven't even been trying. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've been trying, but like I'm really good at sales in my opinion. Like I'm really good with info product sales. Like if you want to sell a service online via Zoom calls and run a sales script, a closing script, I'm really good at it. I haven't even been trying to book sales calls. Like a lot of these leads I've got, I've just helped a couple people, those turn to referrals, and I've helped more people. It's all cold from Instagram. But it's like the amount of people I actually have hitting my inbox every day, and I'm just not doing the work and messaging them. I think I could have had triple the results by now if I was actually booking sales calls, really trying to like really trying hard in the fulfillment. But like the beautiful part is life is about phases and chapters. So the past two, like since we've started this, I've actually taken a massive step back from life. I've been working about 3 hours a day, really relaxing, traveling, went back to Canada to see you recently and the family, and just I've been living life a bit more. I haven't been fully locked in. But like just to give you context, like I've done 10K cash collected, 27K in revenue, relatively working extremely part-time with this. Just posting content every day, doing a couple coaching calls, doing a couple sales calls. And yeah, you asked about my experience. Like that's been my experience. I'm not even giving my 100%. This is maybe
Mhm.
20% of my effort. Like when you
Yeah.
realistically look at my entire day, I think I could have done much better
Yeah.
and booked way more sales calls.
I know you as well, and like when we were in Canada together at the cottage, it was pretty chill. I mean, I think you took that
I
entire
didn't work.
week off. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
whole
think
week
you
I
did
didn't work.
anything. I was
Yeah.
working a bit, but yeah, like, dude, epic. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. One of the things I do with Catalyst, and I think one of the foundational things is I want to guarantee people like that ROI when they work with me. Like I want them
Uh,
to earn their investment back within 4 months and more. Because now you've learned all of these new skills. You have a platform. It's really teaching someone how to fish, not selling them fish. And
yeah,
once you learn how to fish, you can continue to build as much as you want. So congrats on that transformation. I'm glad that everything's working out. What's your plans for now the next few months? I know we're gonna we're brothers, so we're gonna keep in touch and we're gonna get you some more results. But what's kind of this next step for you in the fall?
sure. Great question. So it's been kind of overwhelming, just like the massive shift. I'll be honest, it's been tempting to accept some of those offers. Like those are huge offers I'm being sent to work for different companies. But yeah, basically I've made the decision that I'm 100% going all in into just building my personal brand. I'm like, okay, if I can do this, what can I do if I treated, and I'll just say this to anyone, if you treat this as hard as you treated your university education or the jobs that you've worked before, let's say you've worked like a normal job in person, you're an engineer, whatever, you're in the trades. If you spent 10, 12 hours a day in the trades or whatever your main career was up to this point, if you spent that much time perfecting content, working with Ethan, going to the cows program, booking calls, editing your videos, getting the best editor, whatever like the action steps look like for you, you're gonna win. Like you're literally just gonna win over a long period of time. So that's my plan now. It's like, okay, let me set up a plan where I'm gonna treat this, I'm gonna work at this as hard as I've worked at in closing. Because same thing with closing and high ticket sales is like not a get rich quick industry either. I became a professional. I worked at it for a very long time and I worked very hard. I'm like, if I work this hard in this, where I can actually have leverage, how far can I go? So that's kind of my commitment basically before 2026. Let's see. I'm still only at 500 followers on Instagram. I'm still only getting 500 to 1,000 views on my video. So let's see, like, if I have that lucky viral video pop off, I have the fulfillment dialed in now. So, like, oh my gosh, it could get ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
it could really scale fast if I put that level of effort in. So let's see.
that is pretty epic. Did you have a goal? And maybe we should review this this week, but did you have like a
Yeah.
an income goal,
Can
let's say, for your
I
highest
show you my
months
whiteboard?
in
Can I show you my
2025?
whiteboard
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. Do it.
Okay, guys. This is like just raw. You can see my closing up, the Bangkok view. This is what I look at every single day. It says 2 to 4 hours a day, 50K a month profit, sales coaching business by 23 years old. That's the goal. I
Awesome.
want to be working
How old are you now?
22 years old. I want to be
Okay.
working 2 to 4 hours a day, making 50K a month consistently with my high ticket sales coaching business online.
Epic,
That's
dude. And so you're turning 23 in March of
yeah, I
2026.
think I can do it. That's just about 8 months, 9 months.
8 months to get 50K. Well, that is an epic goal. I'm sure we're gonna get you there because like you said, like as soon as you get, we're gonna keep dialing in your content. Everyone's got their own is on their own path, strengths and weaknesses. You are a killer at sales. It's my job to keep going on the content. We're gonna build your audience and get that. At least you're getting paid, and that's kind of my whole shtick as well. You're getting paid to grow your audience now. You get to do this full time. You get to hire editors, whatever makes the most sense in your business. You now have the resources, the time and money to continue to invest to keep growing and make it sustainable. Because again, one thing that I see a lot is creators, especially in the creative field, they try to build audiences or post content for free, earn nothing for 2 years. And to be honest, it's not all that feasible to launch a cohort or something after 2 years of posting content for free and spending
Yeah.
6 months on a course. And it's not all that realistic if you want to treat this like a career and your job. So that's why you're an epic case study. That's why I wanted to have this interview. So taking the time out of your day to do this with me is very cool. We went really deep there as well. You saw, there's stuff that I learned that you never shared there in your old
That's
job.
good.
So yeah, I'm just very grateful to, be able to share that experience with you and like for you to open up like that. Um, is there anything else that you want to, leave off with?
Yeah, last point. It just came across my head. So, kind of something that we never really talked about, but just to reiterate it again, just really highlight it if it wasn't clear enough. when I first started, you actually said something really nice about people spend so long making a course. Guys, still to this day, I don't even have a course. So it's like when I started, I told one of my excuses, like you have to understand a lot of the things people will tell themselves are just excuses to not take action, do the uncomfortable thing they don't want to do. So like that excuse for me to Ethan was like, oh, I need a program, I need a whole course, I need to build out this thing. Ethan's like, no. Let's create your offer doc. You're gonna do one-on-one coaching. People are gonna pay you thousands of dollars for just hopping on the call and just watching their calls. And here's the offer doc. Here's what we're gonna do. So at first, even to this day, my clients are fulfilled. I have over 5 testimonials now. As I said, 27K in revenue. I still don't have a single course or like realistically resources. So I made 27K all through just one-on-one live calls with no course, just talking to
Epic, dude.
people.
And
So like
really
that's something
the
to really,
resources are there to scale and to give your clients a better experience. And as long as
I'm
you're giving
building that
those
now.
case
Yes,
studies and
exactly.
testimonials, you're golden.
Yeah.
Um, which is amazing. And yeah, it really is packaging your knowledge, giving people a system, and that system and curriculum can be delivered in whatever way you want to deliver it. And that's the beautiful part about Catalyst. That's where I think I fit into the market very uniquely is creating that system, organizing your knowledge so you're confident in selling it, and then getting paid to build out those resources
Yes.
as
So
you're
now like I'm building it out in the back end. So it's like my clients are asking me for these videos. They've already paid me. So like I'm getting paid to make a course to make me more money. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
It's like
epic,
it
dude.
feels great. Yeah.
Epic. Okay, Cameron, thank you so much for today. Yes, we'll talk soon, I'm sure. And with all of that being said, any last words?
Oh, thanks for just letting me spiel like this. I know I've rambled, but yeah, appreciate it. And yeah, Catalyst is great. Let's loop back in 2026 and see if I hit these goals.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Cameron, and we will talk very soon. Thanks for
Okay.
watching, everyone. Peace out.